Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. Earlier today, Wafula Chebukati attended the official opening of 13th Parliament. After which, taking to his Twitter handle, he had this to say: Wafula Chebukati, this afternoon, I attended the joint sitting of Parliament as His Excellency President William Ruto opened the 13th Parliament. Thank you, National Assembly, Kenya, and Senate Kenya members for the warm welcome and hearty embrace. And then Chebukati shared this video here.
If the Honorable Chebukati is present in the House, we also all the honorable members, on your behalf, I have the distinct honor to acknowledge his presence. Thank you.
Yes. What does that mean politically, considering that Chebukati was in Parliament courtesy to the invitation by the National Assembly? Same to Martha Koome. What does that mean, considering again that the country is still divided? Kenyans are still suspicious and skeptical of Chebukati and also Martha Koome. What does their attendance today show us about the political games being played here? That's what I want us to find out in this video right now. If you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Yes. To start with, Chebukati is very insensitive. He does not care what other Kenyans thinks or feels. He is showing pure arrogance and impunity. Chebukati being seen today in Parliament is just a confirmation that William Ruto and his team, in this case Moses Wetangula and Parliament, they are trying to tell Wafula Chebukati, thank you for job well done. And we all know what that job was. It's actually believed, and seriously believed, that Wafula Chebukati rigged the elections in favor of William Samoei Ruto. That's widely believed among a good percentage of Kenyans. So Chebukati's presence in Parliament today actually is spitting on the face of the other side of the political divide, who sees him and views him with a lot of skepticism and with a lot of suspicion. He is just trying to tell them, what will you do? That shows clearly Chebukati is insensitive, and not only insensitive, he's also coming out as very arrogant. He doesn't care about what other Kenyans are talking or feel about him. And then secondly, it proves beyond any reasonable doubt that William Ruto and his team are really trying very hard to muzzle the independent arms, or rather the independent institutions, in this case IEBC and also the Judiciary, because we also saw Martha Koome, and now we are seeing Wafula Chebukati. I personally don't think Wafula Chebukati had any business to do in Parliament. He was just there courtesy to William Ruto and his team, and they just wanted to use that occasion to hurt their political competitors. Yes. So that also just confirms that William Ruto is very determined to make sure he pockets some of these independent arms of government. And already from where I sit, it's clear beyond any reasonable doubt that as I talk right now, IEBC is in the safe pockets of William Samoei Ruto and his government. William Ruto can have his way with IEBC whichever direction he so wishes. Chebukati and IEBC are largely in William Ruto's pockets. And also we saw that with the judiciary, and it's very unfortunate that the apex court, the Chief Justice herself, is also allowing the executive to actually render the judiciary an extension of the executive. And in my honest opinion, Chebukati heading IEBC and Martha Koome heading the judiciary is actually a very big blunder. These two leaders fell short of leadership and integrity. It's clear they are already compromised. They are already taking sides here. And also from that tweet by Wafula Chebukati, I'm seeing Wafula Chebukati, who is also trying to please the executive. And he's doing that deliberately as a way of finding a soft landing spot when he retires early next year. So Chebukati is already on a job hunting mission. Chebukati wants to befriend and to please the executive so that upon his retirement, he can get a job in William Ruto's government. That's also what we're seeing here. And that's also an indication again that some of these leaders entrusted with some of these independent institutions are just there for their selfish interest and gains. They are not there to serve Kenyans. They are there for their own personal gains. So Chebukati most likely, as other Kenyans might be speculating, he might have rigged the elections in favor of William Samoei Ruto. And most likely might have done that for a kickback later in a William Ruto's government. And I won't be surprised that William Ruto will appoint Chebukati or give Chebukati a job in his government upon his retirement early next year. And also from the video again, we have also seen David Maraga. I don't know why David Maraga is trying to soil his image. His reputation is actually very high. And I don't know why David Maraga is also soiling himself with some of these politicians again. David Maraga, I know, was also present there, courtesy to the invitation of William Ruto through Parliament. And that is deliberate to create a perception that even the David Maraga Kenyans are pressing is also in approval, or rather is approving of what is currently happening, approving of William Ruto's presidency, and approving on how things are moving on. William Ruto is cleverly trying to bring all these leaders to create that perception that his leadership, his rule, is being appreciated by senior Kenyans, and in this case, David Maraga. That's a clever politics from the side of William Ruto. William Ruto knows pretty well that Kenyans in the recent days have been praising David Maraga. So they saw it fit now to invite that David Maraga to create that perception that even David Maraga, who is being praised, is also approving of how things are moving. And that is also very insensitive and shows that David Maraga is also not very smart. He can't get the signals of exactly what is happening here. And again, that's also a disappointment for so many Kenyans seeing David Maraga there smiling. That's very disappointing. David Maraga ought not to have stooped that low, ladies and gentlemen. And now, as I conclude, William Ruto is already mobilizing, or rather is already playing politics of mobilization. We saw him mobilize the church. We are seeing him mobilizing Judiciary. He is now mobilizing IEBC. And most likely going into the future, we are going to be seeing such kind of mobilization. William Ruto is most likely going to mobilize almost all departments and segments of government. Yes, it's most likely to do mobilization. What we saw him do with the church, he is definitely going to do that in the coming months and coming days. Let me stop it there. But just as I did indicate when I was starting, if you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humbled, very grateful for the kind of support you're giving me here. God bless you, God bless Kenya. Any other person who wants to have a chat with me, to share information with me, or even to support this channel, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number, or you can send or channel any contribution or any support to the number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.